Ladygrassin with Annie and Jody and Tracy. We're so happy to meet with you guys this week, and just a couple of cool things to announce as we get started with the Ladygrassin podcast this time. We want to say congratulations to our fellow podcaster, Miss Annie Savage, for winning the 2020 Mentor of the Year from the IBMA. Congratulations, Annie. That is a wonderful, wonderful award, and we're so proud of you and happy for you.
I appreciate it. I was shocked. And I'm honored to be here with our guest, who is an IBMA award winner as well, on behalf of the Blueberry Festival up at Blueberry Bluegrass Festival in Canada. She is also a member and hardworking volunteer, I assume, with the Northern Bluegrass Circle, and getting ready to put on a series of workshops this weekend, Miss Anna Somerville.
Thanks, Annie.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Welcome.
We've got a big show happening this weekend up here in Canada.
When I'm really excited to be a part of it, and have noticed that Alan Bybee will be there. Who are some of your teachers? Of course, we will forget some, but just,
there's so many great people out there. But over the last couple of years with the festival and with the workshop that I've run for 10 years, I've worked with everybody who's showing up at our workshop. So Alan Bybee I've worked with, and he's the mandolin player of the year, and of course Tim Stafford has been really supportive, coming with us, and we've got Claire Lynch coming to do some songwriting. I know, and I've got Jim Hurst coming, and we have Scott Nygaard and Joe Walsh, and I should have written it all down. Jeff Scroggins, of course, is going to be there, and Bruce Molsky, he's going to handle the old time aspect of the workshop. I've got Jenny Lester, who has always been this person we've always had at the workshop. She's a staple. She takes care of everybody there and has introduced a lot of people, so glad to have her there. I've got Karina Lockstead and Jeremy Stephenson from High Fidelity. I'm so sorry. High Fidelity. So they're there. They're going to do some duet singing, talk to us about the different styles of duet singing. So we've got a big lineup.
That was a very impressive feat. And
off the top,
asking the unannounced question. I think here at the Ladygrass capital of the universe, we're realizing that imperfection is rife everywhere.
Yeah. Well, I
also
left out the big fella in Canada. Our pride and joy of Canada is Calvin Balrath. He's like a world treasure. So Calvin Balrath is doing 2 workshops with us as well. So, boy, you just want to watch Calvin.
Wow.
So and Annie, you're going to be there too. I'm so looking at you. Oh, because I'm thinking fiddle. Oh yeah, Calvin and Annie. So we've got it covered with the 2 of you.
Excited, and I just ran across a photo in my Facebook feed that was 8 years ago today. That Jeff Scroggins in Colorado with Casey Groves, Greg Blake, Tristan Scroggins, and we were all walking down the terminal, and we had just flown into Canada, and we were getting ready to embark on what was one of our very first teaching experiences as a band. And I can tell you that the setting was just magical. It was when it was an in-person event. Of course, at the time, we met people that we still work with. Tracy Lynn was not too far down the line and was very good friends with like Penny Malmberg and Jim. Michelle Dentinger we met. It really was the beginning of a chapter in my life that has not stopped since then. And you guys just put on a great event with them, and everyone should consider coming up north for the next year. But in this case, wow, what an opportunity to work with a lot of different people, and I made the mental note, I'm signing up for Claire Lynch's songwriting workshop right away. And so if folks are super interested and they want to get a taste of this, we have been very fortunate indeed. We have a promo code. I'm going to shout it out here it is Ladygrass, and you can follow the link. You have listened all the way in 6 minutes and you're already winning awards. So there's, we were able to get a promo code from Anna and share it with you here. And if you enter that in as you check out, you will get a discount on your registration. And there just is no discount I mean, the opportunity to study with Claire Lynch online, incredible. Sounds like a great time. Tell us more about the adjustments that you've made, the philosophy behind where you have come to as an organization. And all of us have been driving kind of in the night with headlights that are, you know, just showing what happens in the next 3 or 4 feet. None of us are looking too far in the future, but in talking to you as we prepared for the podcast, it sounded like you had an interesting approach. Tell us more about your approach in putting this together.
So for me, the workshop is about a teaching experience, and it's teaching opportunities. It's also performance opportunities for our instructors and for our participants. So we really isolate you that weekend and we put you together. It feels like you've been there a week. Nobody sleeps. And we have thorough access to the instructors. And the instructors, I don't know, they feel like they're on holiday and they just kick back and play with everybody. And so it really does feel that way. So it really is a community experience. We're very close because we're isolated there. And so I have really started focusing on that, and I think it works. It works for the instructors and it works for the participants. So the workshop that I've put together, the virtual workshop, I did that because I'm missing everybody. I don't know where everybody is this weekend, and I've been meeting with these people for 20 years. And so I'm actually worried about our audiences. I don't know what's happening to the people who go to the workshop, who are not meeting with their friends, who are not playing music, who aren't getting that jolt from getting together. So I've put the workshop together with some pretty fancy window dressing, I'd say, with our list of instructors, you know, and what I'm hoping is that draw will bring people into the workshop. So even if you're just sitting in your screen on this virtual workshop and you can just see somebody, you know, or you can just check in with them and just say hi. So the way I describe it is the workshop is like a backstage pass. So you get to sit in your home with your feet up, with your little beverage and your comfort zone, and this is the one setting where you can noodle. It's okay to play along while the instructor is talking. Yeah, you can critique them out loud, do pretty much whatever you want while they're up there working hard. So that is that's part of what the workshop is giving. It's a backstage pass. You're going to run into some great artists. You get to see the process. You get to talk to them. You get to have that experience. Can you hold? I'll be right back.
So Anna, you've just really done so much for bluegrass music in Canada, and I'm super grateful because I think as an artist, we need people like you and the organizations that you work with, the Blueberry Bluegrass Festival and the Northern Bluegrass Circle Music Society. You know, we need those organizations in order to have places to come and perform and to teach. And I think that the kind of where you've gone in terms of bringing the festival to a place where it's one, like that's an international award, which I always say to myself, this is an international award in Stony Plain, Alberta. And it's like amazing. And so, you know, thank you so much, because it's like you've really brought some credibility to bluegrass specifically in Western Canada for sure, right? And So you're talking about community and education and what's happening with the audience. And so taking it's like your role has been maybe a little bit expanded, or your responsibilities have been a little bit expanded. And oddly, it was one of my questions for you. How do you see your role now in terms of working with those audiences and continuing to provide, because they are, you know, before we all loved going to festivals, and now we all realize that we need to go to festivals. We need to gather. It's not just something we like to do. It's a real need that we have in this, because we are a community driven genre, really, or I think so. So how do you see your role changing or taking on new things? What do you see happening there?
Well, I think I'm a collaborator. That everything, wherever I lead, it's through collaboration. And I find that's the platform that has just works for me. And the best things are brought out in people that I collaborate with if I take it from that perspective. So I guess I see my role as someone who keeps track of what's going on, of someone who listens, of someone who I guess you got to have a vision, but you get the vision only if you look, and if people feel comfortable letting you know. I ask a lot of questions. I ask a lot of questions from artists, a lot of questions from people who are sitting in the lawn chairs too. They're really an important factor of this whole industry. And so I see my role as, if I just keep listening, and the more I listen, and with getting that award, it opened up a lot of conversations from other organizations wanting to talk to me. It gave me some legitimacy when trying to promote the festival and getting other communities to join our community. That really, really helped. And then it was working with them to find a direction. So I see my role as a good collaborator, and there's a festival out there, and there are people out there. So how are we going to meet their needs? So I see it as, what do they want? Okay, that's what you want. Okay, and then through the creative process, go and find a way to meet that need. And usually you end up on a road with a whole bunch of things to bring along with you. So I see the role right now is we have to take care of the audience. And what we really need to do, audience and artists, is we need to return to a vibrant musical community. We can't return to a desert. It's just too hard it's hard enough as it is, but it's going to be really hard if people have disconnected, if they've gone somewhere else into their lives where they've just tuned out. And so I think the role that Blueberry is going to play after this workshop with the Northern Bluegrass Circle is finished, is Blueberry will then go into offering 20 weeks of free online lessons, workshops with the likes of who we've got here, except when you go to sign up for your 20 weeks every Thursday night with somebody like Hunter Berry, or, you know, Sean Lane, or we're just going to line it all up there, because with our Blueberry Rolodex, is that when you go to sign up for your free 20 weeks, first of all, you'll land on a page that says you belong to a community. And on that page will be, which of these clubs do you belong to? So you have to buy a membership with a club, with an existing club. Whoever wants to participate will put your logo up there. You buy a membership to a club, and then the club, you get that Zoom code for 20 weeks. And all the money goes to the club. So how is Blueberry going to pay for that? Well, so what Blueberry is going to do is we're going to look to sponsors. We're going to ask people, music stores, individuals, people with a passion. We're going to say, you know, guitar dealerships, people who sell strings. Would you like to sponsor this? So it's about community building. So I see the pandemic and the movement to Zoom as this huge opportunity to reach way far out. And so you imagine somebody says, yeah, I want to go and I want to be taught by Hunter Berry. I'm not a bluegrass musician, but I want to go. But they buy that membership, and then that membership has information about that person. And that membership, if they use it properly, that club, is they can continually pass information on to these people who've signed up, and they can educate them about this genre of bluegrass. and how collaborative it is and how different we are than other genres in the collaboration aspect. So by the time the pandemic is over, hopefully, if all the clubs utilize this tool that Blueberry's putting out there, is we can start shaping our audiences and expanding where we're going to go. When they say, you can all go to a festival, is we open up the doors and we can just go grab those people. They're already there, and we just grab them and bring them in. So so I see Blueberry as setting up, I'm a part of the IBMA leadership of 2010. One of those things is how to build this industry is I think that Blueberry would like to be a role model for other organizations of saying, how are you taking care of your audience members? They have always come to us to ask us to lead them and take care of their weekends. We're not doing it. Our clubs aren't doing it. The clubs have to have memberships. They have to have active memberships or they lose their status of clubs. Yeah. So that's where I see my role is I've got this vision, and it's like, you are giving me a great opportunity to plant this. This is not a seed. This is an easy seed to put in the ground. So I see your show as this opportunity to pass out some seeds with this concept and see what other ideas people will come up with. Like, let's take care of the audience.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that's, as bluegrass, as part of that bluegrass community, we were asking ourselves the same question. What do people need right now? And what are the kind of back to Mark McLuhan's, the medium is the message. What can an online platform provide, and how is it uniquely capable of doing that? And I, first of all, just want to commend you, because I was not in the know about how Blueberry planned to pursue this year, and that is just phenomenal. I love the advocacy for associations and clubs. That is really powerful, and I imagine that it will be successful because it's based on the truth. And I think in business, a lot of times things are successful when they're based on just the truth. And so congratulations to you. And I definitely want to take 20 weeks of fiddle lessons with Hunter. Perform with Rhonda Vincent at a very rare in-person festival. And it was just such an incredible reminder that another thing that we have in bluegrass, we have community, but we also have these moments that happen that will never happen again. Moments that will never, they are gone as soon as we do this. But with an online format, we have an archive.
Sure. Which is a library. There's a library. Yeah.
Yeah.
It gives us a chance to continually push that message of that this music is not just music you listen to. It's music you like climb on into, and you surround yourself with it, and you can feel this music when you're near, because you get to go near bluegrass music. Not all, a lot of music is up on a stage, but bluegrass music is made in a circle, and it's feeding off each other. And if you're just not even a person who plays, if you're just a person who listens and you stand close enough, it physically impacts your emotions. Some people can't even help that they're crying. And they're not crying because they're sad. They're just crying because a chord got strung right, inside them. So that's a hard message for people to hear. They don't understand it till they're standing in it. And then they go, oh. But it's hard to grab a person at a time and put them in a circle. It's got to be an easy way to do it.
Yeah. You should consider Claire Lynch's songwriting workshop. Getting close to it or getting near it and getting inside it is so true. It's not a genre of music, it's a lifestyle.
Amen.
Get inside because Miss Jody or Miss Tracy, do you guys have an insight or change of direction or anything you'd like to lead with here?
Anna, sorry, go ahead, Trace. Trace, you go ahead.
Oh, I just said, how about you? Because you have not said too much. And it's not like you to be quiet, Jody Harbin.
I know, this is totally not like me. I'm just kind of taking it all in, and And Anna, I really enjoyed the last time that you and I got to visit when I think we did an interview at IBMA in 2018. And
Mhm.
I was just like, I'm so interested just to hear, I think we talked about back then as, being a woman and a woman promoter in this bluegrass, in the bluegrass genre. I mean, obviously we know this is a genre where women are still kind of making strides. And, I just wanted to kind of check in with you on that as a promoter, as someone that really, and a club member. I am an officer in our club here in East Tennessee. And,
Mhm.
to kind of check in with you and see where you are with that, how you're feeling on that.
I thought about that question, and of course, being a woman my age and moving through the world, I deal with that all the time. Where's my place in the world? I'm also a mother of 4 daughters, and so I raised 4 daughters, and I had to make a decision about how a woman moves through the world when when I was charged with this task of raising four females, and they've all done. I like how they turned out. I like them as women. They are awesome women. They're very powerful women. My gosh, so but moving through the world as a promoter, I really have to go back to the collaborator. I have a vision. I am a collaborator. I am not trying to make anybody do anything. And if you put a roadblock up in front of me, I'm going to look at that roadblock and I'm going to say, how important is the vision? Is my vision clear? Have I got a clear sense of what it is that I want to do? And if I don't, who do I need to ask and who do I need to help get me framed better? And if I can get my frame on right, when I meet that obstacle, whatever that obstacle is, I can pretty much get around it, because if someone does not want to work with me, I have to be creative enough to reshape my focus. And I can find people to work with.
That's
People,
right.
when they see somebody is genuine, and someone is not self-interested, and someone is taking care of what they want to take care of, I haven't really had a problem with that. I do have a problem sometimes. I missed, others. She's really bossy. Frankly, yes, you should know that. I am super bossy, but I will get that job done. I am not ashamed of any of the things that they say about women. You bet.
Yeah.
So, in this genre, I've actually found most people have been great to work with. Um, so I
Awesome.
haven't had a lot of problems with that. I think I learned how to do that being a mother of daughters. I really had to counsel my daughters in how to move through the world, and what the world should, what they should look like into the world. So I don't know. I think because of my age and my experience as a mother, because I think being a mother is a super important job, and I think that's where I learned that skill.
You're fantastic. You have great parties that follow King, and the world's greatest selection of wine and pizza. So you also classy, tasteful, interesting person, and that I know that can't hurt. And I'm not surprised to hear that you've raised 4 daughters, because you do have a very you move through the world kind of, it feels kind of effortlessly to work with you, for you, and you feel like you're in good hands,
Thank you.
it's like, this person is not gonna forget to get, to not forget to remind me. So
Thank you.
it's rare. It's more common as you move up in, the bigger festivals, I think, because you have to have a sense of business in order to get there. But definitely someone that I see is a very good business person, in that. So we really appreciate you being with us. And I'm an association, I've just started an association, and I can't say what that does. When you have something to offer your membership like that, it gives a person the license to move forward in a difficult time. And
Yes.
that might keep associations together.
The associations, if they belong to this, you belong to a community from the launched from the Bluegrass website, is, we'll put that logo there, and we'll give them content, but boy, use it. It's a tool. Like go to your membership. And if the clubs think of themselves as, I got to take care of my membership, it's not just I need the membership, dollars. It's like, I got to take care of them. Just work it. And maybe we are being so creative during COVID. Who knows what we'll come up with?
I think that you're right with that. I think that, it's been a learning curve for the artists, for the promoters, and for the audiences. And I think the learning curve is, we're getting to a place where we're feeling kind of comfortable. I am comfortable today to get on Zoom and do this. And but it's a learning curve. And it was something that for probably a couple of months, I came into it kicking and screaming. I had more than 60 students that I worked with every week. And it was like then when things were closed down because of COVID, it was like, I am not doing it online. I have to
tell you, so two women that I work with a lot here in Canada is Carolyn Hott and her daughter Kayla Hott. They are my go-to people in the world. And Kayla was part of the IBMA hosting the leadership cocktail hour for IBMA. And Carolyn kept saying to me, Anna, you got to come. Carolyn is really strong, but really quiet and nice and sweet. She kept saying, you got to come. And I kept going, yeah. I didn't want to do Zoom. I was not doing Zoom a month ago. And she kept badgering me. And then finally she drew the Kayla card. She said, Kayla's hosting. And I was like, oh, okay. So I showed up. I even showed up late for that party, 10 to 15 minutes late. That's how I resisted this Zoom thing. But I found myself at that Zoom meeting passing notes, chatting with people. It was like being able to sit in the back of a classroom and talk all you want and connect with people, and no one's telling you off. So for me, it was like, I'm into Zoom because I can noodle, I can talk, I can pass notes, so part of the features
you don't have to ever wear pants.
Yeah, but you do have to get your hair
You don't have to wear pants. You don't have to do the back of your hair. You don't have to do the back of your hair. You just don't turn around.
And if you get a little bit of tape and you put it right here, you look 10 years younger. No one can see it. Yeah.
We thought just filming it like that.
Yeah. I know. So I'm into Zoom. And so I'm trying to host, I hold these sessions every day. It's like, come to my session and I'll teach you how to use Zoom. I mean, I'm just learning. I'm one page ahead of everybody. But it really, if you embrace this, you get to see all your friends. You need to see faces. Talking on the phone's not the same. I'm so glad you included me in this by doing it where I can see all of you. It's feedback, right? I can see that you see me. We all want to be seen. We all want to be heard, and Zoom's pretty close for that. So
it's like a sitcom for our we've been, and interestingly, we do pull like 1,500 to 2,000 viewers in every episode. So people want to see people that they know interacting with each other, and we all behind the scenes have done a reasonable amount of work together. But it's that passing of notes, and I get that every year at IBMA. And Kayla, by the way, we should give a shout out to. She did a fantastic job putting that together. As did IBMA, did a fantastic job with World of Bluegrass, and it is very interesting to see how improvisers, or people who improvise musically, are improvising in life right now, and it's not a lot. We're just about out of time. I'm gonna let Tracy kind of guide us out, and we're just so happy to have you, and thank you for all that you do. I many years ago talked to Pete Wernick, and I said, Pete, Dr. Banjo.
Yeah.
I said I've got opportunities that are coming my way that I don't know, and I can't figure out what to take and what to leave behind. I had like one foot on one lily pad and one foot on a new lily pad, and I couldn't let go of the old lily pad. And he said, when something comes to me, there are two questions I ask myself. One, is it good for bluegrass? And is it good for bluegrass? And then two, is it good for me? And if both of those are yes, then I take it. And you certainly are someone that seems to think about the health of the whole. And so we're just so excited to have you on this, our third episode. And Miss Tracy.
Thank you.
Yeah, Anna, I just want to say thanks so much for everything you're doing. I really appreciate it, and I think that you really are kind of setting a tone. I don't think it's a trend. I think you're opening up that, making it your workshops, what you're doing, accessible to a community. I'm very excited to see what's going to be going on. What are your closing words for the audiences? You have such a passion for your audiences, and I just want to know, what are your closing words? You care so deeply.
Well, I guess I would say seize every opportunity that comes your way. So I tried to reiterate this a little earlier and I interrupted myself, but try to imagine the first thing that's coming up right now is the acoustic music workshop, and great instructors. But imagine this, you're backstage and you're standing beside an amazing banjo player and an amazing guitar player and an amazing mandolin player. They don't know you, but you know them, and you're standing there. And it's dark, and they're talking about their banjo, and they're talking about their experience, and they're talking about what they've overcome in their instruments, and they're all nodding. You don't know what they're talking about because you don't play the banjo or the mandolin, but you're captivated by them. So because you don't play that instrument, or because you don't know them, do you turn around and walk away, or do you just stay there like a fly on the wall and keep listening to everything that they're saying? So what I want to say about the workshop is, go to all 16. This is the closest you're ever going to get to being a fly on the wall, where an instructor is going to tell you what he does, why he does it, how he does it, and how important it is to him. Don't miss those workshops. You are missing an opportunity. Even if you don't play that instrument, go and meet these people.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Miss Anna Somerville. And we appreciate what you do. We love to come to Canada because there are a lot of things about that just are community oriented to begin with, that make it a very special place for us to come and teach. And congratulations on yet another incredible innovation in the world of bluegrass.
I'm sorry, I have one more thing to say.
We're not off.
So to all the artists out there listening, when Carolyn Hott from the Blueberry Bluegrass Festival calls you and said, hey, do you want to do a workshop? Say yes.
Side out and around, about and back, and then found myself right back where I started.